Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood panda here. I just wanted to give you a quick heads up before we started today's episode. See, on today's episode, me and DJ are reacting to Scylla, the third song of the Thunder Saga for Epic the Musical. But we had a few technical difficulties. For some reason, the DJ's camera didn't record him. So you'll be able to see and hear my reaction. You'll be able to see and hear the animatic and the actual song. And you'll be able to hear DJ's reactions, but for some reason we won't be able to see him. His logo will be up on the screen, but you won't be able to see his face. But don't worry, I think we've got it fixed for the next episode. But just this time, you won't be able to see his reactions, even though you'll be able to hear it. But I hope you still enjoy it, and you'll stick around with us for the next one, okay? But I wanted to let you know before we got something in the comments. Why can't we see DJ? Why can't we see DJ? That's right. We just had a little technical difficulty, but we got it fixed from here on out, okay? So let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood panda here, back again with another episode, and I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, DJ.
Hey everyone!
And we are continuing our journey on the Epic the Musical Thunder Saga. This is the third song called, and I'm going to say the name based on what a friend of mine from Greece told me it was. Scylla. Okay. And based on the thumbnail, I'm not sure what's going on here because on the thumbnail there was a bunch of teeth.
Yeah. Bunch of teeth, creepy looking lady. It looked like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We chose to continue on with Himina Natzel's, because that's the one we looked at the last time, and we thought it would be a cool continuation to see, how she they flowed into the next one. We had gotten lots of suggestions of other animatics we could look at, and if you guys would like, we're looking to see if anybody would be interested in us after all this is over, going back and looking at the behind the scenes things, other animatics, stuff like that. So if you would like us to look at something else, put our notes in the comments, and we may be able to take a look at them later. But we just kind of, for continuity's sake, we kind of went with Himina's.
That and the fact that this is just a testament to how good a thumbnail can be, because the artwork on that thumbnail was just like, I want to see that. I need to know what's going on here. So yeah.
So I mean, like I say, apparently there's going to be something monstrous coming up here, and I don't know.
Well, we're going through its lair. Whatever it is, we're going through its lair. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, when something has a lair instead of home.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
The lair of Silla. This is our only way home. Deep down. You're quiet today. Deep down. Not much to say. Deep down. You hide a reason for sure. I got a secret I can know.
Okay, hold on. Before Eurylicus gets into all that, this is sending chills up my spine from the music, the real quiet music, and then he's singing, but he's whispering.
Yeah, but it's the deep down in the females' voices for me that's just making me so knowing how we started off this saga with the sirens and then moving into the vicious slaughter of the sirens, and now they're going through the lair of whatever this is.
Yeah.
And we're hearing a bunch of female voices all harmonizing with this deep down. I am concerned. I have concerns. And yeah.
And actually, I want to see if we can turn on the captions for this one, because I really want to hear. I don't know if they're gonna the change in the volume or anything is gonna make a difference later, but I really want to hear what they're gonna be able to, what they're saying.
Yeah, fair. If it's got the captions, then definitely. But awesome. Yeah, but the interesting thing there is I feel like we're seeing Yuri really noticing the difference in the change in Odysseus. The fact that he's like, you're quiet today, and Odysseus is like, not much to say. That is a complete different. There's a real coldness there. And it's not just a coldness that's directed at. See, that's what freaked me out as well. This creepy thing peeking out of the water. What the heck?
Yeah. And that coldness, like you were saying, the way Jay delivered that line to me not only says cold and unfeeling, but it also came across very depressed.
Yeah, it does. And the thing on top of that for me as well is that it gives me the vibes of that with emotions in general, not to get preachy here. A lot of the time if you're feeling strong emotions, you can't just direct that at the source of that emotion.
Right.
Things get caught in the crossfire. And at the moment, he's made this decision cold, logical, aggressive, we're getting home, I'll be the monster.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's capable of only targeting that outwards. People are getting caught in the crossfire. The happy, jolly friend or whatever he was to them before, he's not that same captain anymore.
Right.
And I feel like that little line there of your quiet stay from Yuri is him testing the waters, going like, is this guy still in there?
Right.
Is our captain still there? So I don't know where the rest of the song's going to go or what this creepy thing in the water is, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
I got a secret I can no longer keep.
Wait, hold on. He has a secret. Okay, I've heard a fan theory. I don't know if it's a fan theory or they were actually giving me a spoiler, but if that secret is what I think it is, I'm going to be so pissed.
Well, the thing is, you have to think back to the Cersei saga when he was going to go and face Cersei. At that stage, Yuri was already going to him, we need to talk. No, and he's like, no, you guys need, yeah. And he's like, no, you guys need to go and scout the island. And then after that, they had the big conversation around, we need to stop doing this. And you assume that's the thing that Yuri had to talk about. What if it wasn't? What if whatever he's going to say now is, like, I was the one who ordered the men to open the bag of wind, or I did this, or I did that. And he's been holding on to this secret since back then.
And I've been rooting for Yuri this whole time. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
so we'll see.
I opened the wind bag while you were asleep.
I fucking knew it. Sorry.
He opened it?
I knew it. Go. Hang on. You were doing so well.
Oh
Yuri.
my.
You were doing so well.
Okay. So, first of all, the animatics did me dirty here because of the fact that when he comes to, there are people crowd around the bag of wind opening it in the animatics. I was like, we assume we know which crew members opened it, but it makes a lot of sense why Odysseus wasn't throwing people overboard for that betrayal.
Because he didn't know.
Because he couldn't. And now he finds out. And my man has waited. He has waited to the point where the good-hearted leader that they've had has decided that person's gone. I'm the cold-hearted monster now who's getting home. Yuri has chosen this moment to declare himself a liability. Of all of the foolish decisions that have been made in Epic so far, this has got to be the worst timing anyone's ever had.
Well, I mean, all the things, it's like, okay, we talked about a long time ago, when they were going through that, why didn't you trust Yuri to spell you while you slept into, so it's a betrayal of Yuri, yes, but it's like a symptom of, well, you didn't trust him, and so he was, I can understand, but
It was, but at the same time, having gone back and listened to the Epic songs a bunch of times since then, I now feel like an absolute moron for the fact that, like, there are other ways in the Who Can You Trust song. I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head. It's blanked out. Either way, in that song where the chick is tempting all the crew, Odysseus says to them, "This bag contains the storm." He does. It's no ifs or buts about it. He lets the crew know the storm is in the bag. Don't open it. And I remember saying that animatic in that reaction. Sorry, that why doesn't he trust Yuri to watch the bag half the time? Why is he the one who always has to be watching it? And now I feel like a fool because Yuri's the one who opened the damn thing. So definitely don't trust that guy.
And I mean, okay, we saw something like this coming from when the prophet said, "I see portrayals of betrayal," and his brother. Final stand.
Ooh, I've forgotten that. Yo, there were so many comments on that video with the prophecy of keep in mind what's said here in the next arc because like I had forgotten that. Like, I'm glad you brought that up because damn.
Well, and there's a lot of people that's like they said the chorus in the background was saying lines that portrayed to the rest of it, and you can't really understand what they're saying. So I'm not trying like, and they said, I think Jay famously said with the subtitles on and they're trying to tell you what these chorus people are saying, they didn't get all of them right. But he will not confirm what was right and what was wrong. So I didn't really listen to that.
Yeah.
But the animatic, at least in this case, was freaking spot on because it showed Yuri in that moment. And I was hoping hoping it wouldn't, but oh my god.
Damn. So I'm guessing this is the spoilers / the thing that you had read in the comments. Damn. Okay. Guys, by the way, putting it out there, please, no spoilers in the comments. We don't want to know what's coming up. We want to be as shocked and mind blown as possible. So please, live chat premieres, comments. Don't give us spoilers for the future. Just talk about how epic the past was.
Right.
But yeah, this has just got to have been a bad decision on his part, and I don't think I'm going to like the direction.
They're about to find a monster, so it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. They always have great timing, this group.
Right.
In the wind back while you were asleep.
Leaving them feeling betrayed. Breaking the bonds that you've made.
I'm so sorry.
There is no price we won't pay.
Forgive me.
We both know what it takes to survive.
Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Deep down.
We only care for ourselves.
You really.
Ooh, deep down, we only care for ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
That is a rough line, but I don't know what he's about to say here. But so far, I am slightly optimistic. It's not like in that moment where he walked up to him, put his hand on his shoulder and said, "Please forgive me." I was waiting for Odysseus to like just turn around and stab him or something.
Just clock him.
Yeah, just something to go very bad there. But he walked away, and now he's turning around to speak to him.
Well, and that's an animatic choice.
Yeah, true.
He was silent. And I mean, so we don't really know truly whether he was. He said it, kind of gestured that it was okay, or whether he is just not speaking because he's so angry he can't decide what he's gonna say.
True.
I'm interested in this female's voice in the background. I'm guessing it's Scylla, but I'm interested to know because she's talking about, we've felt this betrayal before. We've gone through this before. Is she just saying that because she sees what's going on? She's sort of saying that. Does he hear this?
Yeah, and I'm also low-key wondering if it's like the Sirens sing their songs and kind of do a thing of lure you to your death and kind of make you fall in love with them.
Right.
Is this monster affecting their moods or affecting what's going on by doing a similar song?
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily luring them to their deaths, but is she whispering in Odysseus's ear right now, basically being like, "You felt this betrayal before. We like, is he fully in control? What's the go here? Are they being already affected by this Scylla thing?"
And then they're back to full speed ahead. Is that going to be a case of, okay, Odysseus is deciding, you know what, we'll put it in the past, let's just keep going, or we got to keep going, we'll deal with this later.
Yeah. It could go either way at this point. And like I said, the fact that we now have Odysseus about to respond to him makes me very scared.
Eurylochus, light up 6 torches.
Deep down, we're lonely demons from hell.
Captain, something approaches.
Hello.
Ah! What in the Ursula meets a Hydra am I looking at right now?
I know! What the heck? I have never been so, shook by an animated horror something before.
Are they like the equivalent of tentacles, but they're eels? Or does she have a body and the eels are coming out of her stomach? Like I
I
can't
don't
work out
know.
what's like. It was freaky looking. That's what
Well,
it
and
is. Uh,
her face is scary to
yeah,
begin
because
with. Look, it was like I think it's out of her stomach. Blech.
yeah, it looks like she's like a siren or a mermaid, like the others were. They were sirens. It looks like she might be like maybe we're looking at like Queen of the Sirens in the same way that like Medusa's Queen of the Gorgons. But yeah, she looks
no.
like a siren type thing, but gigantic with giant Hydra type eels growing out of her.
Yeah, but no. If you look back, okay, you see, Eurylochus is
That
terrifying,
animatic.
and then there's nothing. There's nothing here on Odysseus' face.
That's the thing. Like this is such a anime villain face and anime villain drawing. It's giving me all of the vibes of like the crazy villain from My Hero Academia because it's just this thing of looking at them like they are such an inconvenience to you.
Yeah.
It is. He is not. I'm not scared of you. I'm not angry at you. You're not worthy of emotion. You're just an inconvenience and a bug that I need to swat out of my way. And that's a lot of confidence coming from this man with what he's looking at.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I need to bring out my panda, my teddy bear. I'm gonna need that for the rest of this, I think.
yeah. I at this point I feel like if I'm going to keep going with epic animatics, I need like a sword and a shield that I can just sit here and hide behind, so I feel like I can defend myself. Because a lot of the time I'm just grabbing a fan, so I feel like I can whack something if it gets too close to me because the damage that I'm taking. But yeah, all right, let's see what this monster is.
Okay.
Damn.
Run for your life!
In your sorrow and fears, choke on your blood and your tears. Bleed till you run out of years. We must do what it takes to survive. Give up your honor and faith. Live up your life as a right. Die in the blood where you bathe. We must do what it takes to survive.
Okay, hold on. First of all, I'm turning the captions off because they're not correct right now. I thought the Cyclops was horrifying. Jeez.
The Cyclops, Poseidon, like the fact that the way they showed that with Odysseus just having this moment where, like I said, he had this psychotic look on his face of but then he turns around and screams, "Run!" to everyone, and the fact that you can literally see on the way the face is drawn this moment of how, like, not necessarily how is this happening, but this wasn't supposed to happen. We've made the decision now that we're going to be the monsters, that we're not going to be the victims anymore.
Yeah,
And
like that.
still we're finding out, like, yeah, this moment here is just him going like, this is not what was meant to happen.
No.
We've been, we're the warriors now, we're the attackers. Why are we still prey?
Yes.
And I've done it again, basically.
And it's also an interesting thing where, you know, what I can hear, I had to turn the captions off because they're apparently not quite correct, but what I did hear very clearly is Scylla going, you know, we do what we must to survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately now it's like I'm understanding, oh crap, I'm seeing both sides, and I bet he is too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, I don't know if Scylla or whatever the name is, I don't know if it's talking in we's, speaking as both her and Odysseus,
Right.
or if it's we because of we now know that there's this main body, but then there's also all these other creatures there
Or is it
that they're
we,
speaking as
or
like,
is it we as in monsters in general,
In general.
something, I don't know.
yeah. So Odysseus is learning that, yeah, you may be the monster, but there's bigger monsters in the sea. Like, you're not the biggest fish in this pond, buddy. All right. I want to go back a bit because I want to hear the lines that Scylla was saying. I know it was give up your honor and faith.
Yeah.
And then give up your life. And then something else, but I couldn't work out what the second part there was. Die in the blood where you lay. We must do what it takes to survive. Oh my god.
That's heavy. Like, now, I love, okay, they've done some really good things. This person, whoever voices Scylla, has a, like, we're talking Ellie Jacobson rock tier voice, okay?
Yeah.
But then
I'm
high belts, but then they also add this distortion, this electronic something on the end to make it more monstrous. That was really, really good touch.
It is such a good female rock voice, and to use that kind of a sound for your monster, it is such a cool choice to make. But the other really cool choice I'm seeing here is the choice to have it be, we've gone straight from a song of this ship and this crew being absolute monsters in the vicious way they slaughtered the thing that got in their way, to now, like, because they need to survive, they need to get home, they're just trying to get by. Now they've walked into something's lair, they've invaded the lair. This thing's just doing what it takes to survive, but it's doing it in as much of a vicious, brutal, unnecessarily aggressive way as they were. And it's such a nice parallel to see there, one song after another, of now you're on the other side of it. How's it feel, boys? You've been on the other side of it, then you still chose to do it, and now you're on the other side again.
It's going to be interesting to see where we get out of this, because he only had 42 men left. Well,
they're going to roll back in with 3 of them. There's going to be 3 of them that make it back to the island. I don't know how they're going to have enough crew for the rest of the sagas. Let's go.
We are the same, you and I.
Now that
ending was interesting.
Yeah. Like, not only the animatic, them seeing them both, parallel one to the other, but this is the only time in that whole song where they're singing together.
Yeah, and it really clarifies for you what we said earlier of, was she speaking as herself with her monsters? Was she speaking as them two specifically, or monsters in general? She was speaking them two specifically. And it feels like that whole song, whether he could hear her or not, it feels like the reason that there was a moment there of him screaming to his crew to run, but he never looked particularly bothered. He was still kind of staying very chill, was that he felt like game respected game. Like, exactly. I feel like Odysseus was actually staying there going, I'm not in any danger, but there's definitely some people here who are.
Yeah.
And it makes me on. I'm probably completely wrong with that, but at the same time, it could I'm curious to see what happens next for that point. Because
it's interesting.
Why didn't?
Sorry, go ahead.
Why did she stop attacking them? Why didn't she kill them all? Why, did they? Was it just a thing if they managed to sail through the full area and get out? But it seemed more like, at the end here in the animatic at least, it seemed more like, maybe this is whether they've left. Yeah, I think that Odysseus at the front of the ship looking back, and we have Yuri at the back of the ship, and they've left her lair now.
Right.
And when we're seeing this,
yeah, it makes it a little anticlimactic for me, because whenever they've encountered a monster before, there's a big fight, there's some kind of emotional back and forth, or there's some kind of, and this just seems like, you're walking through a hallway, and like, she picked a bunch of them off, but there was no fight. There was no, and all of a sudden they're through.
Yeah, but at the same time, it makes me think that it plays into, number one, Odysseus' ruthlessness, that he probably knew going into this that they wouldn't make it through this cave without losing some of their people.
Right.
So we're just going to take that sacrifice, and when the monster attacks, sail as fast as we can to get through. Or the other side of it, which is that they said that this is one place Poseidon won't go. Right. So I get the feeling this is her domain, her area, and she knows if she leaves it, she's in trouble. She's in danger. So she won't go where there's bigger fish for her to deal with.
She has to stop at the threshold like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So Odysseus is aware that we don't need to fight this thing. We don't need to kill it. We just need to get through. And where previously it might have been some kind of smart strategy or some kind of thing like that, he was just like, we're just going to take the losses and sail through.
Maybe.
And that's the vibe I get from it. But either way, this is a very different Odysseus, in my opinion, to anything in the first saga.
Very.
Like he might have had some cold moments, but it was always like this. The shift is just intense, and I'm wondering how long he can sustain it for, or if this is just Odysseus moving forward.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
yeah, I'm curious where it's going to go. But guys, yeah, this absolutely blew my mind.
It did, and it's getting like all these other. It's getting more and more intense, and we're getting to the point where we're not sure. We're just not sure where this is going to go. So we're
Yeah.
going to go and keep recording the next one because we can't
Mhm.
we cannot let this go for another thing. But this week, like I said, this video is going to premiere on my channel this week, and then next week, the next one is going to come out on DJs and so on and so forth. But in the meantime, do us a favor while you're doing this. Take a look at some of the older songs that we've done. Check out Jay's channel. Check out Jimena's other animatics because they are top tier. And let us know what you think. And while you're at it, I don't know if you know this, we've only mentioned it 1 or 2 times, but, me and DJ, we both have a Patreon. Okay, and DJ will tell you all about the kind of tiers and things that he has on his next time when he does his song. But on mine, we have 2 tiers. The first tier, you can get all kinds of behind-the-scenes content, early releases of songs, access to a Discord community. For the $10 tier, you can get a guaranteed monthly request of a song that I take a look at the channel. I take a look at the original, and then a cover of that song. But if you can't do that, that's fine. No worries. Just do us a favor, like I said, and put a like and a subscribe on our channels. Put a comment down there, help out the algorithm, because those things help out both our channels tremendously, and they don't cost a thing. But we are so excited to keep going. So y'all have a good day, night, morning, evening, whatever time zone you happen to be in, and we'll see you in the next one.